Hey, everybody. Uh, we have a test coming up. So, one of the things that we're going to do today for homework is something called the checkpoint problems. Okay, and you can see chapter 5 checkpoint. This is the back of the book. This is page 486, 487. Okay, but you can see it says answers to problems 5 103. Okay, and if you go back to chapter 5, which is where we're at, right, and look at problem 103, it'll sort of look a little different. 101, 102, it'll have that big checkpoint there. Okay, and it tells you, okay, that this point, this problems, this set of problems is something where you can go check your answers in the back, right? If you are stuck on those checkpoint problems, you go to the back and you look at the answers to checkpoint problems. It shows you how to do it. It explains everything in detail. It shows you different examples. And why would they do that? Well, those are the types of problems that they really want to make sure you get before we leave the chapter. And you can see the very next problem, the next page is the closure. So we got a test coming up. So those are problems that you definitely want to sort of lock in and know how to do. And they're all about the portions webs, right? And they're all about how do I change a fraction to a decimal? You remember? Divide the bottom into the top, right? Divide the denominator into the numerator. Okay, it won't fit unless it's improper, but you'll have to add a decimal. And that's what we want to do anyway. How do I go from a decimal to a percent? You just move the decimal 2 spots to the right. Okay, so 0.5, 0.5, move it over twice, and you can imagine, you got to put a 0 there, it becomes 50%. And that was 1/2, right? So I always say go with what you know. If you forget how to do these, go to the simplest fraction and say, how did I get from that to this? Because you know that 1/2 is hopefully 5/10, and you know that 1/2 is 50%. Okay, how do I go from percent to fraction? Well, percent means per 100, so you can just write whatever percent over 100 and then simplify. Okay, so we want to get good at these, so we want to practice these. So the last homework you have before the test tomorrow, we're going to practice. We're going to do 20 of these. Okay, now I'll do the first 5. There'll be 5 more done on a warm-up, and you have all the answers, okay? But you better show some work, right? Don't go through this and do the copying and just copy the answers, because that's not the purpose of this, right? Right? The purpose of this is for you to get better at it, and you don't get better at it by just copying someone else's answers. You get better at it by actually doing it. Okay? All right, lecture over. Time to do some math, okay? First off, make sure you are always earning the easiest 3 points by putting a name up here, right? We're going to say your name is Jill Student, right? How creative is that? Okay, and you're going to make sure you put the date, right? And today is February 22nd. Okay, and make sure you're putting your teacher's name and the period, right? And no, don't confuse your science period with your math period, right? For me, math is first or fourth, right? And for you, it should be first or fourth. And science is second or fifth. Okay. All right. And the next thing you want to do is you want to start adding, what are we doing? What is this homework? And if it's lesson 5.2, you put 5.2, right? In this case, it's checkpoint chapter 5 is what we're going to put. Okay, you can put the page number if you want, but some people are working out of the book, out of the ebook, so I don't put the page number on these, okay? So we're going to say checkpoint chapter 5, and we're going to say portion webs. All right, very first one, let's do it. 7%. Now, where's the percent go? Because I like how it puts a percent here. Why? Because if I'm going to go from a percent to a decimal, I'm moving the decimal 2 spots that way, and that's the same direction I'm going to put a decimal, right? So if it was here, I go 2 spots, I got to fill in the egg carton. That is 0.07 or 700ths, right? And 700ths can be written like this. And I think I just told you a couple of minutes ago that to change percent to a decimal, you remember that percent means per hundred, so 7% means 7 per hundred. Okay? And we're going to write 700ths, right? Remember, fractions and decimals end in THS. Okay, and I'm not going to draw a picture of that. On to number 2 already. Okay, now let's just double check our, look at this. We checked our answers. We got it right. Okay, now I don't want to look at this as I'm doing it because I want to test myself. Okay, now I have 3300ths. 0.33. Remember, the decimal comes over here. Now, to change the decimal to percent, I like how they set up the portion web because I'm going to move that way to get to percent. I'm going to move the decimal 2 spots that way. Boom, boom. 33%. 33% or 3300ths is 33 per 100 or 3300ths. If you're closing your eyes and I say this number or this number, you don't know which one I'm saying because you say it the exact same way. 3300ths. Okay. Now, when you write 33, you got to use that hyphen. 33, and then again, hundredths ends in a THS. Okay. Number 3. Already, if I'm doing 5 problems for you here, number 3 out of 5 would be 3/5. That would be 0.6 That would be 60% done. Once I finish this one, I'll be 60% done. Anybody know how far I am along, what percent I'm done now? 3/4. I can draw the picture on that one because fourths are easy, right? Cut it in half, cut it in half again, and now you have 4. So I'm going to shade in 3 of them. Now, divide the bottom into the top, right? 4 into 3. It won't fit, and it never will unless it's an improper fraction, right? Because the number on the bottom should be bigger than the number on the top. So what do? I add a decimal, bring it up. Now, how do I remember that? Well, I'm trying to find a decimal. So you put a decimal in there, right? Now, 4 goes into 37 times. 7 times 4 is 28. What do I do now? Subtract. What do I do now? Add a 0, bring it down. And 4 goes into 25 times. So this is 0.75, and 3/4 is 75 cents. Boom, boom, 2 spots to the right when I change it to percent, 75%. Now I'm 60% done. I was 40, now I'm 60. When I finish this, what percent done will I be? If you said 80%, you got it right. All right, 5ths. I draw a pizza on this one. Okay, and I'm going to only color in one of those 5ths. Okay, now divide the bottom into the top. I'm dividing 5 into 1. It won't fit. Add a decimal, bring it up, add a 0. 5 goes into 10 twice. 1/5 is the same as 2/10, and you know that because 1/5 is the same as 2/10 as a fraction, right? All right, move it over 2 spots. Now, when I move it over 2 spots here, right, boom, boom, I got an empty spot there. Fill that in. Don't put 2%. It's 20%. 2% is the kind of milk that Miss Daniel likes to put in her coffee in the morning. Why am I telling you that? All right, because I like having fun. All right, 1500ths is the same as 1500ths, but this ends in a 5, this ends in a 0, so I know 5 goes into both the top and bottom there. So I'm going to simplify. 5 goes into 15 3 times, and 5 goes into 100 20 times. So 3/20ths is what I want to write here. 20ths. Remember, THS. Now move it over twice to get the percent. All you got to do. Okay. So I did 5 of the 20 problems. 5 of the 20 is how many out of 100? Well, I did 20 times 5. So I go 5 times. I did 2500ths or 25% of the problems for you. If you watch the warm up, you'll get 5 more, and 25% plus 25% is 50%. You will have half of them done for you. But again, you have all the answers, but I want to see work, right? Your teachers want to see work. If you want to get full credit, you got to show full work. All right. Good luck on the rest of this, everybody. Have a great Monday. And hey, speak up and ask questions in today's Zooms if there's anything you don't get, so you figure out how to do it before you take the test tomorrow. All right. Have a good one.